I'm back out again. I've been back to funeral home and I'm back out arranging funerals. So I've just been out doing a funeral arrangement, then I brought paperwork back, and now I'm setting off again out to our community to meet another family. Second arrangement of today. So on my last post, somebody's, because I like it when you ask me questions, it's nice to interact. And somebody's put a couple of, well, there's a few put things on. One of the questions that somebody's put is, what happens when the fridges are full? What do you do then? Well, luckily it's a problem that we don't particularly have. What happens is, just get across here. Most funeral directors should have a fridge. I mean that they've all got one. We have, and we've always had fridges. Our old premises, you can see all air conditioning units on top of the building. That's always been there. In this funeral directors that we've got in our funeral home, we've got a huge mortuary. I don't know if you've seen it on any of those things. So there's 30, there's a bank of fridges, and there is capacity in them for 30 people. And then there's your obese section. It's a horrible word, isn't it, obese, but you know, people who's a little bit larger. Them trays are wider, a lot wider. And then there's what we have as a rack system. So that'll hold 20 people. That's 50. So what do we do when they're full? Well, the entire mortuary itself is then covered, letting some babbies cross the road, letting some becomes a fridge in itself. And then we've got other racks that we can assemble and use. During first week of COVID, first fortnight, sorry, we had 78 people in care. Every one of them people were kept under temperatures that is what people should be kept at, between 3 and 5 degrees. So I don't know our funeral directors who've only got 3 or 4 bodied fridges go on, to be truthful with you. As you've seen today, we brought 10 people into care today, and then with the other people that we'd already got in care. So that's what happens. You just basically, as people are going in, a lot of time people are going out. Obviously, you're not just saving people. So the question, well, what do we do when we're full? We can hold more people than anyone in Sheffield, I think. I think we can hold probably more than Co-op. And we don't hold them just in a room. We actually, it is a proper fridge unit that we use. I'm looking for this address, that's all. I'm down on New Estate. Called it's New Estate, it's just up Spinkhill, but when I were little, I remember this being built with Upcroft and with Upcroft and all that. This is what cornfields, where we used to come at Saturday afternoon and put a match to it and burn it for a laugh, because he used to drive a farmer who lived over at Handsworth Crackers, and it was a good way of getting a chase off him. Set cornfields on fire. We're all kids. I mean, I know it's wrong now to do it, but kids, and kids will be kids, won't they? So that's how we used to enjoy us then, setting this area on fire, which were cornfields. So I hope I've answered your question. What do we do when we're full? We don't get that full that we can't cope. We can have, like I say, 50 people at any one time in care. I think that's about it. I just thought I'd put something quick on to answer that question. When I've done this arrangement, my next thing I'm going to talk to you about is how did I get into the funeral industry? Because somebody also says, tell us how you got into the funeral industry. So I'm going to do. I'm going to have a chat to you about that. I've found my address that I'm going to. So everyone, have a brilliant day. Thanks for liking this channel of a funeral director and seeing what we get up to and all that, and seeing how my day goes as an undertaker. People think it's exciting and all that, and it's not really. There's no excitement in this job. People think it must be brilliant. Well, it's not. You're dealing with grief, and you're dealing with grief all the time. You're dealing with grief 24/7 really. But you're also, I remember that, well, I think a funeral should be a celebration of someone's life. We grieve for ourselves. There is a camera there so I can see where I'm going. In fact, this car has got 2 cameras on front. It's got camera on back and camera each side of the vehicle. It's cameras all over it. I'm camera mad, but they're already on it. So I haven't blocked anybody in. I don't think, mind you, that's a bit tight. I don't park on grass. I think I'll be alright there. So I'm going. Have a lovely afternoon. I'll be telling you on my next thing how I got into the funeral industry. Because believe it or not, I'm a Catholic and I went to St. Teresa's and St. John Fisher's. And I was going to be a Catholic priest up to being 14. The age of 14, life changed dramatically for me. I lost a very good friend at 14, my classmate, Richard McNally. Richard passed through a brain tumour, and he were a diamond. He were a lovable rogue. He were a genuinely lovely lad. He were a proper friend, and it were devastating. But I'll tell you more about that when I finish this arrangement. I hope you've all enjoyed my little chat, and best thing to do is ask other funeral directors who's only got a fridge that will hold 3 or 4 people what happens when you get full, because I don't know, I think I'd be worried to death if we could only keep that many people. Even at his old premises we used to have 18, a fridge for held 18 people. That were a big walk-in fridge. And I will be putting on, I can't at the moment because there's things happening in Moultrie that I can't take this camera into Moultrie. But maybe later this week I'll take the camera down with me and show you once again around premises. You don't have to watch that if you don't want, obviously, but I'll warn you before I put it on. I'm getting tired. Have a good day, and I will catch you all, I don't know, about an hour and a half. You're getting some right hammer today.